Hey everyone, my name is Coco, and in this video we will set up Twitch Studio and help you start sharing your content with the world. We're going to go through the download and installation process together, log in and make sure we are streaming to the right channel. Make sure our encoder settings are the best based on our computer hardware and our internet connection. We're going to create basic scenes like starting soon, be right back, gaming and ending, and we're going to add a webcam source. I've included chapters to this video with timestamps so you can jump directly to the information that you need, or if you want to skip any steps you already did. And if you would rather use OBS Studio, Streamlabs Desktop, or XSplit, you can find similar tutorials and tips and tricks in the playlist linked above and in the description of this video. Otherwise, let's get right into it so you can get to creating content. Let's start by downloading Twitch Studio if you haven't already. To do so, we're going to head over to the Twitch Studio website and click the download button, which should automatically download the version that's relevant to your type of system. To install Twitch Studio, we'll run the installation file we just downloaded. If you want to change the installation folder, you can click on the gear icon that says Advanced and specify it there. Most of the time the default location is fine, but I like to keep all my programs and softwares in a separate hard drive that has more space. Click Install and watch that purple progress bar go. Once it's all done, the program should launch automatically. When Twitch Studio is launched for the first time, a screen will ask you what account you'd like to stream to. If you're already logged in on a browser, you should see your account and a button that says Continue. Otherwise, you'll be able to log in. A web page will open up asking you to enter a code to activate your device, and it will automatically populate the field with the necessary information. Simply click Activate and then Authorize. Once that is done, Twitch Studio will ask you a series of questions to set up everything you need in order to stream, or you can skip the setup and do everything manually. To cover as much ground as possible in this tutorial, I'll go through the setup phase with you, but you can always change all these settings later on as well. First up, Twitch Studio will ask you what device you want to use as your microphone. It automatically chooses your primary recording device, but you can change the device used with the Change Mic option. Then if we continue clicking the Continue to Scene button, it will show you that I already created basic scenes for you to use. Again, you can always edit, add more, or remove these after finishing the first time setup flow. Click Continue to Settings for the next step. Here the software will finish testing your bandwidth and your hardware to figure out what it thinks the most optimized stream quality settings should be. You can manually adjust these settings here by clicking Adjust Settings, or we can change them later, which is what I'll be doing. You can also click Rerun Test to run the test again and perhaps get different results. Once you're happy, you can click on Continue to App and we'll be able to begin the more in-depth setup. Before we dive deeper into the more complicated stuff, let's go over the user interface quickly. On the top, you can find all the current statistics for your stream, including the number of viewers, uptime, and the hardware usage. The Scenes dock has all the scenes you create. This is also where you can change what application is being captured no matter what scene you're on. The Stream Preview, as it entails, is where you can see what the output of your stream looks like. The Stream Info dock is where you can change the title, category, and tags you're using. The Activity Feed dock is where you can find all the recent activities that happened on your stream, like recent followers and subscribers. And the Chat dock is obviously where your stream chat will show up. You can customize the placement or the size of all the different docks and even add new ones by clicking on the Edit Layout button on the top left of the app. Next up, let's set up our encoder settings. These settings highly depend on the system you're using and the internet connection you have, so it will vary. Start by clicking the gear icon on the bottom right and then go under the Stream Quality tab. Here you can click Reoptimize Settings if you want the app to scan for your hardware and your internet connection to find the best quality settings for you. If you want to set it up manually, here's what to look out for. First, set the preset to what you want to be streaming at. Since I want to stream at 1080p at 60 frames per second, that's what I'll choose. This will automatically set the resolution, FPS, and bitrate to the appropriate values to follow Twitch's recommended settings that you can also find online. I've included a link to all those settings in the description as well. You don't have to stick with the preset settings though. You can further customize them to your liking. Set the resolution to the resolution you want to stream with, and set the frame rate to the one you plan on using. Next, you want to set your bitrate depending on what resolution and frame rate you set above. As a reminder, here are the bit rates recommended by Twitch for the different resolution and FPS combinations. Also, don't forget that you want your upload speed to be at least 1.5 times the bitrate that you entered. I suggest anyone new to start with the lower settings and to bump them up bit by bit until you reach a point where you're satisfied when rewatching your streams, or right before whenever your computer or internet bandwidth can't keep up. If you want the encoder to use your GPU more than your CPU, then select the hardware option that is available to you in the encoder section, whether it's the NVIDIA NVENC for NVIDIA graphics card users or AMD HW for AMD graphics card users. If you only want your CPU to be used when encoding your stream, then select the X264 software option. Honestly, you most likely will always want to make your GPU do most of the heavy lifting. From here on out, everything else gets easier. To skip the microphone device setup earlier, we're going to go through our audio settings to make sure our audio sources are the right ones, because sometimes it uses devices like the webcam microphone, which never sounds the best. Click the gear icon and select the audio tab. You can set your microphone to the appropriate device from there, and add any specific audio filters to it, if you so desire. If you want to be able to add or adjust app-specific audio sources, you need to install the Advanced Audio Mixer, which you can find a button to do so on the top of the Audio Settings tab. You can make some pretty neat scenes within Twitch Studio, but for the purpose of this video, I'm only going to add the basic scenes templates shown in the first time setup page. You can add a new scene by clicking the Add Scene button on the Scenes dock. You can then choose from one of the given templates or create a blank screen. I'm going to add a starting soon, gameplay, and be right back scenes. To create the ending scene, I'm going to add another be right back template and change the text to say something like stream ending by clicking the edit button. You can rename scenes by double clicking the name of the scene under the scenes dock whilst in edit mode, or in the scene name section on the top right of the edit mode. The layers dock is where the magic really happens. Whilst in edit mode, you can add a new layer to the scene by clicking the add layer button. Here's a quick rundown of what each commonly used sources do. The screen share captures any app, window, monitor, or capture card. The main screen share is the same as the screen share, but it's shared across multiple scenes. The webcam allows you to add a webcam. Alerts adds a responsive follow, subscriber, cheer, and rate alerts. Browser source allows you to add a browser source like the ones used for alerts or overlays. Text allows you to add some text. Goal adds a widget that shows a follower or subscriber goal. Chatbox adds a widget that displays the incoming chat message from your channel. Countdown adds a timer that can count downwards from a specific duration. Image allows you to add an image, and media allows you to add a video. I won't be spending much time creating these scenes, but there are a number of different ways to put your own creative twist into these. If you want to find out how to make more complex scenes like the ones we use on the BnRProject Twitch channel, let me know in the comments below. You can change the global scene transition on the top left to whatever you'd like. The most commonly used one in other streaming softwares is Fade. Now that your scenes are all set up and have layers in them, you can switch in between them in the scenes dock, which makes you pretty much ready to stream. For those that want to stream with a webcam, here's how to add one if you haven't already. Edit the scene you want to add a webcam to and click the Add Layer button. Select the webcam and click Add. You can change the width and the height of the webcam to make sure it's the appropriate resolution. Most HD webcams can be set up to 920 by 1080. You can then lock that aspect ratio and resize as you want, whilst keeping that horizontal HD format. You can flip the webcam horizontally and vertically if needed, add a blur, border, or a green screen effect from the options below. If you have a lot of dead space in your frame as I do here, you can clean it up by clicking the crop tool in the top bar, clicking one of the sides and dragging it towards the center of the image. With these new skills and knowledge, you should be able to start using Twitch Studio for all your content creation needs. Click the like button if you learned something new in this video or found the tutorial helpful. Check out the playlist linked above or in the description to take your Twitch Studio skills to the next level. It covers more in-depth tutorials and neat tips and tricks you can start using to make your streams even better. If you have any questions or need further guidance, don't hesitate to reach out to us in the comment section below. You can follow us on Twitch, where we currently stream every Sunday, Thursday, and Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Subscribe for more tutorials like this, gaming videos, or vlogs from the BnRProject, and I'll catch you next time.